Hi everybody, it's Eddie here. Welcome back to my channel. And today I want to play around with image transfers. The last time I did some image transfers, they were okay. They weren't great. They weren't an improvement on what I've done already, let's just say. So I wanted to keep practicing, and after that last video I did image transfers on, I got some really good advice from my friend Yolande, who is Devin Rex for Art on YouTube, and I will link her below. She suggested that I make sure that the plate is warmed up before I start doing any image transfers. Now, what does that mean, warmed up? It means to do a couple of prints, nothing fancy, maybe just a couple of backgrounds, and that's gonna get your plate nice and warm, ready to go, and it should improve the quality of the transfer. So basically I have my 8x10 plate. I have Mars Black acrylic paint from Liquitex. It's probably the only one that really has ever given me a good image transfer. So although I've used different colors and those have given me transfers, but I'm going to stick with black for now. Keep it basic. I got my Big Bertha roller here, and then I have this image that I took of a root system. I think these are hosta roots that that dug up in the backyard of my house. And I took a nice close-up not macro, but just very good close-up image of it, and had it laser printed. So let's start with that one. Okay, well, paint is important. We'll start with the paint. And keep in mind when you're doing image transfers that you don't want a lot of paint on the plate, but you don't want it so thin and dry where it's gonna affect the pull, or the transfer rather. If I have too much paint, what I'll do is I'll brayer some off on my plate, or on paper here, my brayer off sheet, and then come back and go over the plate, and that should take some off. I'm gonna take a little bit more off. Some off there. Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna lay that bad boy down. And I'll use my Baron to give it a nice even press onto the plate, and we don't want to leave it on too long, but let's check it here. Right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, yeah, we missed some up here. I think that's pretty good for the first go around. And here's another thing I've learned from Yolande is take a baby wipe and wipe down your laser prints. This has to dry because you can use these again. So just gonna take that excess paint off. Just like that. And you can use it a couple more times, at least. And this paper will hold up to this. You know, just smooth, even strokes. Get the paint off. Or as much as you can. And this should be good to go once it dries. You can use it again. So I did the same thing with this one. This one, I did a transfer a little while ago. I made 3 backgrounds, and then I did a transfer with that, and it wasn't terrible. Got a clear image of the face and the arm here, and then the torso. A little bit, you kind of see the leg, but you know. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one's almost dry. It's pretty dry. There wasn't a lot of paint left behind, which is cool. So now we got to pick a color to make this really interesting, and this is what we're going to see from the front. of the print. So let me pick out some colors. Okay, I'm gonna keep it earthy. I think I like these three here. We're gonna put together, there's yellow ochre, bronze, metallic, and then the burnt sienna. Now the burnt sienna is, these are all opaque. Okay, I said I was gonna do, excuse me, transparent, but you know what? Things change, right? So we'll do the yellow on top. There. And then some burnt sienna. No, the burnt sienna goes last, Eddie. Here's what we're gonna do. You take my spatula. Just shift that over. There. Okay. All right. Very professional. And our color. All right. This should be enough to make a nice three-color or nice ombre for a background here. And I just use my big brayer, obviously, and just keep going one direction. That looks good. I'm using labels as I learned from Carrie, a crafter, to use label sheets as your brayer off, so then you can use those as really fun, cool labels. How about that? Let's get some paper down on here. Okay, and my Baron. This is a wood Baron. This is made by hand from reclaimed wood. And it's made by Anthony Cody, who's out on the West Coast. He's a really good guy. I have him linked down below in my, just in the description box of the video, of actually every video. And he has an Etsy page. He makes wood barons, he makes bowls, he makes all really cool stuff, unique things by turning wood. He does it out of his home. And so if you've never seen this one before, this is lapis azul. I don't remember exactly the name. And then this, the really shiny bit inside is it's a piece of shell, abalone shell. And this is nice and smooth, so it doesn't, you know, create any bumps or any irritations on your paper. It gives you an even surface. And then you can use this part here, your top, do your edges sometimes, because it's not hard and it gets right onto those edges to make sure nothing is left behind. And he makes different sizes. If you have a, you know, smaller hand or much bigger than mine, see that for comparison. This is perfect for me. It relieves stress on my hand when I'm doing a lot of prints. But yeah, he can work with you on measurements and sizing, so you can get a nice custom sized one. It's got a little paint on it, but it's all right. As long as I'm not gooping the bottom up with paint, it's still nice and smooth. There's a little bit of paint there, but... And then he sent you a little jar of tungsten oil to keep it conditioned. So check him out, Anthony Cody. Okay, I'm gonna see where this is at. Okay, we're gonna leave this, let this set, and then I'll come back to that one. As you see, that is really, I'm gonna stand up so you can see this right, because the light kind of messes it. I think we got it. I think we got a good shot here. Isn't that great? Just works really, really well. Nice and earthy, very warm colors. I like that. That's going to be really cool. Now, I have my other 8x10 here, and I haven't warmed it up today. So what I'll do I'm just gonna use some paints I got that I need to go away. Not go away, but it's like they're running out, and so what I do is I spray a little water in them and try to get them the last bits of paint out there. But what it does, it creates cool texture on the plate called selling. So let me do that, and I'm gonna do it on some rice paper. It looks really good on rice paper. This one is transparent burnt sienna, quinacridone crimson. Can add a little water to that. Did this one earlier with some of these paints I mixed up, and this is what the water does. It's a reaction to the plate and the paint where it pushes the paint away, and usually it's the oils left behind from the conditioning that react to the water in the paints, and it creates that. So let me show you how to do that. I did some rearranging the other day, trying to sort through things and put things in good spots, and yeah, I forget where I put stuff. So, this is the rice paper I use. Very inexpensive. Found it on Amazon. They're good for quick pulls and stuff like that on the gel plate. You got to be careful not to leave the paper down too long, because this will rip. It will stick to the plate and it'll rip, and it will be a big old mess. Okay, so let me throw some of that on there. Red. Let's see what we can get out of this one. Yeah, I got a little bit there. I'm gonna get a different brayer so I don't mess that up. Got the image transfers. Now, if you're not getting selling going on, you see what's going on there? That's the selling. If you're not getting any of that happen, or not enough, just spray a fine mist of water over the plate in the areas that you want it to react, and it'll do that. Sometimes too, it's just a matter of waiting a couple seconds. Let's see what happens. It's starting to break up there. Okay, I'm almost ready. It's breaking up there. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down before my paint dries. I put the rough side down, smooth side up when I'm using this rice paper. And you can see the selling, the textures right through the paper. It's very cool. Look at that. You get a really cool background. You're not wasting your paint. And it's so easy to do. So look at that. And then like smooshing around the brayer on the plate gives it that really cool look too. So the next image, this is warmed up. This should be good to go. The next image transfer I want to do is a museum statue from the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. I took this picture, and honestly, I can't remember who this is, but it is from the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. So let me I'm going to use a different sheet for the black brayer off so I don't cover all that really cool paint. Move this out the way. And some Mars Black. And the more you do these, the more, you're going to get the hang of it, obviously, especially with the amount of paint. Now, some things that do affect a transfer are, you know, the weather. If it's too humid, sometimes it doesn't work. If it's too dry, your paint dries fast and it doesn't work. Okay, I like this, so I'm gonna go ahead, drop this down. Just a little brayering, or a bearing. And there we go. We have our beautiful, beautiful image transferred. Now, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to just clean up some of the edges. And then we can come in with some other stuff and maybe fill up this area. Okay, I'm going to set this one to dry. Set this aside to dry. And there we go. I'll get some space here. And let's bring back the one we did with the ombre, the 3 colors. Let's see. Make sure you crack those edges. Get everything to come up nice. Get no rips. I start very slowly. Take your time. Try to get an even strip up and then pull back slow. Sometimes you have to wiggle it. That helps. Look at that. And then you have a beautiful image transfer. Ombre background. How awesome is that? It's got some shine, it's got bright, it's got darker. It's really beautiful. I like that one. Very nice. Okay. Let's get another picture. Let's get another photo. Let's take, here we go. This is a good one. This is male model Cameron Porras, and he is based out of Los Angeles. Very cool guy. Interacted with him a couple times on Instagram because he takes some, like, the photos that he does in his modeling are just really good. He knows what he's doing. Okay. Let's just say he can make a potato sack look good. That's, that's pretty impressive. Okay. Enough about that. Let's get on with the art. It is really warm here today. I just realized how warm it really is. It just hit me. We should go portrait. That's a portrait style. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this out of here. Another important thing to remember when you are doing an image transfer is you want to use a laser. You want to use a laser printed image. Inkjet, often does not work. I would not even waste my time. You don't have to go out and buy a laser printer. I don't own one. I just take it to a copy place and have them laser print it. Something else I've heard, I haven't tried yet, is that you get an even better image transfer if you go over, if you print the same image twice, but you know, you put the paper back in the sheet and you print over it again. I heard that works really well. Another thing is to make sure the settings on, if you're going to print it yourself or when you take it somewhere, tell them that you want, you know, as much saturation as possible, contrast, because you need that to get the nice transfer, or nice looking transfer. Just get that off of there. And what else? Make sure your image that you're doing has good contrast to it. That makes for a good image. Not all of mine have been perfect, but like, you know, all of y'all, I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm so glad I have people like Yolande who reach out and say, hey, try this. This might work better for you. And then, yeah, I'll link her channel below. She does amazing image transfers. She just did some image transfers on a live stream recently that I watched, and she even used some gold foil on the plate. She's a beautiful job, beautiful job. She's very talented. All right, Cameron. Let's see what I can get out of you. Peek. There we go. That gorgeous. Even his tattoo showed up nicely. Now this texture, that's from the paper it's printed on, because it's printed on cardstock, but it's all good. All right, our statue is dry. I'm gonna take a little, some mica powder. These are Hippie Crafter mica powders. They come in 24 awesome colors. And there's a link to their shop in the description box of my video. And it's an affiliate link. And so I earn a tiny commission on any purchase you make through that link. And if you use the code Eddie or HippieCrafter10, that gives you 10% off that first purchase you make. Yes, I just want to give her a gold gown. And let's, there we go. And this is just like a makeup brush, a paddle brush they call them. Very inexpensive. Actually, funny story, I ordered a box of these off of Amazon. I got it in the mail. They were great. The next day, I got more. They sent me a complete set on top of the first set. So I had 2 sets, which is, hey, pretty cool. That's gonna look really nice. Okay, so get a little smudge over here, and I don't want that, so get a little cloth and take that off. Okay, so I've got this cool stencil. This is a new one from my friend and PM Artist Studio designer, Rhonda Dona. I will link this below too. She makes these wonderful stencils, and I was lucky to grab this one. So this is called Chic Leaves, if you're looking for it in the shop. And this is just some really cool design. So what I wanted to do is take some beige paint and come down and go in here and over here. So she has there's the nice decorated wall behind her, and then we'll pick it up with a final color to complete it. So I need my tiny brayer. Here's my tiny brayer. Let's see, get some of this paint here. And I'm just gonna come in, and I'm not gonna be super picky about it. I'm just trying to stay away from her, so I don't ruin that. Here. Really, let me take some of this off and then add some over here so it's not so, you know, like perfect. It gives you more of a worn out, old peeling paint vibe. This is a noisy grater. Trying to take some of this extra paint off the edges here. And we pull that back gently. Oh, wow. That's hot. So, gonna let that dry and we'll go on to the next one. So I thought for this portion here of this image, where it's open, I'm going to use the PM Artist Studio aqueous stencil. And this is Color Shift Aqua Flash is that one. This in here. That should look really cool. Because shiny is good. All right, let's see how that looks. Nice. I really don't want to get his ear, but I'm okay with that. So Cameron, this is dry. And what did we decide? Was it that we're going to come in and just bring this pattern, but just in this area here? Okay. All right, got our little guy here. Just got to keep away from the face. Okay, that looks good. All right. Oops, gotta let it dry again. Okay, so I think I've decided the color I want. I'm gonna do this mauve. It's semi-transparent. It's got red and violet in it. So it'll work really well with the gold, and it's not opaque. So the white from it's not going to darken this up too much where, you know, the face will be obscured, I think. And then let's give it, do we have anything that can give it a sparkle? Maybe some pink flash, but first I'm gonna mix it on my smaller plate. And then this just little leftover paint there, it's all dried. Again, so this is Color Shift in the pink flash. Put a little bit down. And the reason I want to mix it up on my plate is because if I just put down these paints on here on the plate and then start brayering it out, it's going to be splotchy looking, and it'll have, because this one is more lightweight and transparent, this color shift, and usually the metallics, it's going to leave light spots of that if it's not mixed properly. So I think that should be enough. A little more of the violets or the pink flush. Okay, come on. No hangers offers. Okay, I like that. Okay. So let's get this on the plate. Gotta make that noise. All right, should be enough paint there. Let's see. All right, I think this is gonna be a winner. Let's give this a nice barren here, smoothing. Okay, so this is now dry, and I'm going to use this Liquitex bright aqua green, and I think that'll be nice contrast, or sort of, it's going to be a more monochromatic look, actually, is what I'm trying to say, because this is aqua flash and this is aqua green, so it's going to look really cool, I think, with this image. Yeah, I'm loving that. I think this is really cool. And once you can see, hopefully, the paint here reflecting. So cool. Okay, got it dry. Let's give this a nice little rubby rub, get the edges nice and cracked, and let's see what we've achieved. I think it's upside down, that's okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna look really good. Okay, fingers crossed. That is so good. That's beautiful. That turned out so good. All right, look at that. So I'd say I had a very successful image transferring session. I got 3 really cool prints. This camera, there is our root system. And here is, bada bing, bada boom, the last one. This is our Museum of Fine Arts statue with the gold mica powder, and then the chic leaf stencil. And then we picked it up in the background with mauve and some pink flash paint, so it's got a nice little shimmer. And then this one we did the aqueous stencil and using the aqua flash, kept it simple, and then just picked it up the coordinating bright aqua green, and gives us a nice monochromatic feel. This one we did the ombre with the yellow ochre, the bronze paint, and the burnt sienna. Very nice. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining me today. I had a great time, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you had a good time. Thanks so much. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.